Yo, I'm Bob, totally blind since birth into Power Rangers. Got the Shout Factory box set in my hands, talking about Season 2, Episode 68. This one's The Power Stealer, and it premiered on September 20th in 1994. In my personal viewing order, I'll often choose to watch this second in terms of the big Green No More story arc. We'll get into that a little later. You guys can watch them however you want. So, yeah, in this episode, the kids are cleaning up Angel Grove, and they're getting a lot of attention. Apparently, Angel Grove's local news crew has showed up, and they're filming a segment called Angel Grove Weekend. So we're led to believe that the Rangers are devoting quite a large chunk of their weekend time to making things look clean and neat. Bulk and Skull are there as well. They're trying to figure out who the Rangers really are, as always. And on the moon, Zed notices that, yes, things that look incredibly clean and neat are important to the kids, so he's going to create a monster called the Octo Phantom to use this against them. And this monster, he can also trap the Rangers in a magic jar, as Zed states, and drain them of their powers. And who should Zed choose to target first but good old Tommy? As he says, I want the Green Ranger to be the first to fall, or something very similar to that. So, yeah, this feels like it fits as either the second or maybe the third episode of the Green No More arc. Just because, I mean, we don't know why Zed's targeting him if we choose to watch this first, but I think they would actually air this, in terms of reruns anyway, as the first episode in the arc. We'll get into why I think that a bit later. So the kids are cleaning up Angel Grove as the Today on Power Rangers teaser segment states, and Zed, he's going to send the putties down to hold Tommy for the Octo Phantom. So everyone clears out when the putties show up. Now there's a camera that's left on, and it is filming the Rangers as they are doing battle, first in their civilian clothes, and of course the putties are defeated. Then Zed conjures the Octo Phantom out of nothing. I love that as well in this episode. He's not going to use a family heirloom or a picture out of a picture book. He just conjures this thing out of the ether, and that's how powerful Zed is. I love that he can just conjure a monster up at will. I guess, it's whatever he chooses it to look like. Such a powerful villain, this guy. So the Octo Phantom sent down, the Rangers morph, and the camera catches this as well. So Tommy, he's captured, and the other Rangers have to go regroup and figure out what to do next. So Octo Phantom takes Tommy to this cave. When I was a kid, I thought it was Zed's palace on the moon. And it could very well be the Caves of Deception. I don't know that for sure. When I was a kid, I didn't even know they were in a cave. I found that out from my brother a couple years after the fact. I think some other fans have also said this as well. And Zed, he's sarcastically polite to Tommy as he shows up. He's like, "Oh, welcome, Green Ranger. So glad you could drop by." And he's gloating. And I think this is the first time we actually get to see Zed interacting with one of the Rangers. And I love this because, we've seen him interacting with his minions, but I don't think we've seen him talking to one of the kids yet. So I loved this bit when I was 11 and watching this for the first time. And I guess you could watch this one first in the Green No More arc because, Zed, he's interacting with the kid, and who knows, we might not see it on screen, but Zed might sense something like, oh, I sense Rita's magic at work in this kid. So, this might be the moment he thinks, well, I guess I could make this kid's life miserable, but I don't know. To me, it makes more sense to watch Beetle Invasion first. But I don't know. Anyway, the Rangers, they have to go back into action because Zed has sent Octo Phantom down to paint graffiti on some statues in a park that is kind of out of the way. I guess that's good, though, because there are no civilians there that could get hurt. And so the battle is joined. Octo Phantom, he captures all but Billy and Jason. They have to regroup again. And Billy's gonna work on this device because he noticed earlier in the battle that Octo Phantom is a very vain monster. He catches sight of his reflection and he keeps going on about how handsome he is, and it's distracting him from the battle. So Billy's gonna put that into use. Jason, he's got to fight alone until Billy's little mirror shield thing is created. And Billy does eventually come into the fight with the little mirror shield. I think he actually bashes the Octo Phantom in the mouth with his power lance, but this monster's got, I would say, nigh impenetrable skin, so I mean it doesn't really hurt him that much. The other Rangers are freed. Billy sends Tommy right to the command center because Tommy's even weaker now. And so, you know how it goes. The Rangers have to do battle with Octo Phantom for a bit. He's on the cusp of defeat. Zed makes him grow. Thunderzords are summoned. Mega Thunderzord is formed. And this is a pretty interesting Zord battle. Seems like, did I call him Mega Thunderzord? Sorry. Thunder Megazord targets the monster's trunk, so I would imagine that was a bit of a comical scene there. Of course, the monster's ultimately defeated by the Thunder Saber's slash attack. And we don't see Zed after the monster's defeated. We just go to a commercial, and then we're right back in the episode. And, well, Bulk and Skull, meanwhile, they've gotten their hands on that camera, and they've seen that it's been left on. So they are incredibly close to finding out who the Rangers really are in this episode. But Zach, he catches on to what they're doing. First, though, he asks how Tommy's doing, and Kimberly says, well, now his powers are really weak, but we think he's going to be okay. And I like that little bit of dialogue to kind of let everybody know, hey, he's even weaker now, and it's just kind of borrowed time. So, yeah, Zach switches tapes with Bulk and Skull, and, well, now everyone's watching this cute little tape of cartoons. And I like this one bit in the episode when we actually see Skull get a bit miffed at Bulk, because Bulk is upset about not being able to determine the identities of the Rangers. He's kind of moping about, I was going to be rich and famous, and Skull's like, Bulk, would you be quiet? I'm trying to watch the show. So yeah, good for you, Skull, for speaking up. So yeah, the episode ends with everyone laughing. Oh, I almost forgot. I wish Hasbro would make an Octo Phantom. He would be a really fun monster. So in terms of blast effect pieces, I think he does shoot energy beams from his eyes. He could have a couple of those energy effect pieces. So he also fires, from what I remember, exploding starfish-like bombs. So maybe something like that he could hold in his hands. As for how many appendages this thing has, well, your guess is probably better than mine because you guys can see him. So I don't know how many movable arms and tentacles this thing's going to have, if he does indeed have tentacles. You probably want an articulated trunk. And he does fight with a staff, so there's a weapon for him to wield right then and there. His magic jar is probably a no-show because that thing's probably huge, unless it's a tiny jar that the Rangers are sucked into, but I think it's a ginormous jar. So yeah, pretty cool monster to add to the Lightning Collection. As I usually say, you can never have enough monsters. I'd give this one about a 10 out of 10. Next time, in terms of episodes, we're going to be talking about Welcome to Venus Island. And yes, Lord Zed's targeting Tommy yet again. So be here for Welcome to Venus Island. I'll hear you next time, and may the power protect you, especially if you're the Green Ranger.